It was a tough 2019 in Oxford. The Rebels went 4-8, 2-6 in SEC play. They lost 5 of their last 6 games of the season, and of course they went 0-5 on the road. But it wasn't all bad thanks to the emergence of John Rhys Plumlee, who took over at quarterback in late September, showed off his wheels for the rest of the year. Over 1,000 yards rushing in his debut season, but Ole Miss finished 102nd in the nation in pass yards per game. But there are some bright spots. Hotty Toddy faithful are hopeful, and that comes in the form of Lane Kiffin. He's coming off of a Conference USA title, his second in 3 seasons at Florida Atlantic, and more importantly, he's joining us right now on College Football Live. Coach, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Now, you got a late start on recruiting when you take this, so what was your biggest challenge getting into recruiting season?
Well, I think the early signing day, this is different than, taking over at the other 3 spots, Tennessee, USC, FAU, because we didn't have it yet. So I think the first year is really rough on first-year coaches now because you get a job and in a week or two, 75% of the kids are already signing. So I think that makes it a lot more challenging than it used to be where you had, a month or 2 to put together a class. So, we got some really good kids. We did not reach. We undersigned by a lot to leave us some room because we think having a year together here with this staff and coming together that we'll be able to go sign a great class that will be really good and really deep.
Coach, you mentioned withholding some scholarships, and of course, we're in this age now of the transfer portal where you're having to massage and manage your own roster, and then you're also monitoring what's going on across the landscape of college football. You've got the spring period, you've got summer coming up. How have you chosen to maybe implement the transfer portal as part of your recruiting efforts going forward now that it's the norm and it seems to be here to stay?
Yeah, Tom, it's really college football roster management has now turned into the NFL to me. You know, just like the NFL, you got restricted free agents, free agency, you got the draft, you got veterans, younger guys, and now it used to just be you had high school and a few junior college guys. Now you got high school, you got junior college, you've got portal guys, some that can play now, some that can sit, and you got grad transfers. And, it's happening throughout the year. It's not even just a small window. Every day you read about someone going to the portal. So that's part of saving spots too, so we have the ability to go get guys and add them in certain places, kind of like free agency.
Coach Kiffin, thinking of NFL and college football sort of morphing, we're seeing more and more of the quarterback mobility game really take off in the NFL, especially with what Lamar Jackson did this year. You have a guy already on your roster that you didn't have to recruit out of high school in John Rhys Plumlee that really lit up the SEC with his legs a season ago. Based on what you've already seen studying him on film, how do you plan on retooling your offense a little bit to take advantage of his skill set?
Well, I think we've done a good job wherever we've been of fitting our offense around our players and specifically our quarterbacks. The last 6 years we've had 5 different starting quarterbacks between Alabama and FAU, and those 5 guys won conference championships. So John had a great first year. Once he got in there playing, dynamic athlete. He's actually on our baseball team right now, which speaks a lot. And to be able to make those plays and play like he did against LSU as a true freshman in the SEC is really amazing.
All right, Coach, everybody's asking all these serious questions. Fine. The Egg Bowl this year, I mean, we got you, we got Mike Leach, we got 2 of the best quote machines in all of college football. So 2 things here. 1, you got a little bored, like, are you keeping any quotes ready for the Egg Bowl week? And number 2, I want to give you some floor here if you want to maybe start a little shade and start a little, add your flavor to the rivalry.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about saving stuff for that. I'm not a very patient person, so as you can tell from Twitter, I don't have enough patience to wait 10 seconds before I tweet something, let alone wait 6-8 months, whatever it is, for a game.
Will that change for you at Ole Miss? I mean, your Twitter approach is sort of different than many coaches. Does that become part of how you still continue to build yourself?
Well, what I know is, when we go into homes, parents, kids, or they come on and visit, one of the first things they say is, we love your Twitter. We love following Twitter. We feel like we know you already, even though we've never met you. Well, that's pretty powerful to me. And so, I think it's a great tool to connect people, and they feel like they're closer to you, and our fans love it too. I don't take it too serious, as you can see. I think too many people do and think, well, you're supposed to be an SEC head coach. You can't have a sense of humor. You can't, be a normal person. So it is what it is. I think it's a valuable tool in recruiting and for our fans. they sure enjoy it.
Coach, for those of us that get to talk about college football, we appreciate it too because it constantly gives us something to talk about. We appreciate the time. Thank you so much. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Best of luck this season, Coach.
All right, guys, have a great weekend. Thanks.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.